Maybe something's wrong with them. Because now I just feel like there's something all these schools not telling us.
Yeah.
Do you think they don't like? It's not because he's Asian. What if he goes to the interview and they're like, "Man, you seem perverted," but they don't want to say that. You know what I mean?
As somebody who has been an amazing overachiever in lots of different things, I think you'd have a really good opinion on this. The rest of us can't really speak for this.
I'm not. I'll shut the fuck up.
So there's this kid, he's 18, Chinese American from Florida. He scored a 1590 out of 1600 on his SATs.
Wow. So it's like near perfect.
Yeah, graduated.
That's an F in a Chinese mom's eyes.
What happened to that last question?
To dishonor our family. His GPA out of high school was 4.65.
Jesus Christ.
I didn't even know that was possible.
It is with enough, like, if all your courses are AP and you have, like, extra. Because, APs are worth more.
I bet you his mom is like, "Why didn't you graduate college at 14 like these other geniuses?"
Like smart guy. Why you not like smart guy?
Why am I
You're
still
like Taj
working?
Mahari.
Huh?
Yeah, so his name's John Wang.
Oh my God, that's even.
He's every
What a
Asian
fucking
parent's
name.
dream, right?
Yeah.
He applied to MIT, Caltech, Princeton, Harvard, Carnegie Mellon, and UC Berkeley, all of which denied his entry.
Is it because his GPA's too high?
What was he missing?
I bet you it's because you ain't got no personality, you fucking boring ass Asian.
That's what they said.
You know what I think it is? I think there's so many Asians applying. If it's not perfect, it's not worth. You can't get in. It's too competitive.
What's more perfect than that, though?
Damn,
That's pretty perfect.
Yeah, man.
Who fucking nails the SAT like that?
Didn't he sue him or some shit? Or what'd he do?
He's they're not suing, but he is trying to
Find out what happened.
formally declare that it is on the grounds of affirmative action. You know how like a lot of that happened to a lot of Asians where they felt like, oh, you just don't want your school to be all Chinese because if it was fair by score,
Yeah.
it'd probably be pretty Chinese.
Because they actually do that.
Yeah.
He's Chinese American, no?
But now there's a law saying that no university can tailor their admissions based on race.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And that includes both directions. It's like you can't have, none of someone and you can't have all of someone.
Yeah.
I say when it gets to that level, if you fucking made it there and you are that type, we're taking your ass. The hell?
Yeah.
What's the? Why wouldn't you want to take him? Come on, bro.
Anything else on his record?
You got cousins? You got a little brother? Is he as good? We'll take his ass.
We'll do a feeder program.
Come on, man. I think the first thing people ask is like, do you have any extracurriculars? Do you have any other things that are like makes you a worldly human being?
But like, it also depends on what he wants to major in, right?
I think he wants to do engineering.
Well, then let him in.
Do you want to be the best engineer in the world?
Yeah, come on.
Yeah, you don't need to be in drama club for that.
no, man.
Yeah, you don't need to be in the rugby team for that.
I never.
What if the government's scared? It's like, how come all the Chinese are engineering?
Oh yeah.
But he's one of ours. He's a Chinese American.
So I do know that when they look at applicants, it's not always grades, right? Like they look at what did you do for community service? That's like a big thing.
Yeah, right, dude. They don't look at that shit. You think they do? What kind of community service, bro? When you're nailing school this hard, what kind of community service you got time for?
That's true.
Trash pickup.
You just not being a negative influence is probably a good thing for the community. don't you
That's
think?
true. Yeah,
Yeah, that's a fair argument.
Maybe is that crazy?
that's a good point, man.
You just not being a jerk off and you just mind your own business. That's good for the community, no?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Cookie sales, car washes.
That's what sucks is that none of these schools are they're not liable to like tell you the reason why you didn't get in. So it's kind of hard to like make sense of
So
why
he didn't get in any of them.
he didn't get into any of those.
What about any Cal
He
State?
ended up going to Georgia Tech. I mean, he could get into Cal State, of course, but that's not.
What if they denied
He's
it?
aiming for the top of the top.
Yeah, he wants higher education.
I thought Caltech was good.
Caltech is good. He didn't get into Caltech.
How do you not get into Cal Tech with a 4.6?
Yeah, he tried. Caltech was one.
Maybe something's wrong with them because now I just feel like there's something all these schools not telling us.
Do you think
They don't like. It's not because he's Asian. What if he goes to the interview and they're like, "Man, you seem perverted," but they don't want to say that. You know what I mean?
What would he do in the interview that makes him seem perverted?
All right, like
he's licking his lips constantly when he's talking?
What are some traits that would make him seem perverted in an interview?
What if his eyes are too close together or something?
he goes to the interview like this.
That's discrimination.
Shit, we can't have this guy in here.
Okay, so let's say
You're not representing Caltech. Right?
what do you think was in his letter that made it seem like he was weird?
Like, what if he talks about like, like in the section of like, what kind of hobbies do you have? And he's like, oh, I go to the mall and I take pictures of upskirts.
What if in his personal statement essay he would talk about his sister too much and it was like a little creepy. Like, hey dude, I think you're in love with your sister. I don't know, it's just something to think about.
What if it's like
He's just a little weird.
Yeah, like they ask him like, what is your passion? And he goes like, women, and that's it.
So it was something in his personal statement?
I don't know. That's the thing. You'll never really know. But one thing's for sure that at this stage of college acceptance, they're just looking at all these Asian names and going, yeah, obviously they have good grades. We can't take them all. I think that's what's happening. They're just like, we can't take all these guys.
Yeah.
He should have changed it to John Wang.
John Wayne?
With the Wayne. Yeah, Wayne.
John Wayne's a cool name.
Yeah, maybe he should have just taken the G out and then changed his last name to Wayne, John Wayne. And then they would have been like, oh, he's one of...
I think they did... I'm not sure if I'm getting this wrong, but I feel like they did this like some kind of algorithmic study where he really wanted to know like what happened with my shit. So I think he plugged his GPA and all of his all of the things...
On probabilities?
Yeah, on a probability thing that like averaged all the students that applied in their GPA or some shit. And it said that because he was Chinese American, he had like a 20% shot.
Wow.
And then they looked at like if you were like a black American and you had like an 80% or something, and he was not happy with that.
What? Let's play devil advocate. Let's just say, for example, college for football or basketball. A lot of black athletes get accepted because they are gifted in that aspect.
Yeah, they're killing it.
What if the college said, "Hey, we can't take you because we already have too many black athletes"?
I think sports is a great symbol for like if you're good, you're good.
You're good. You're fucking good.
Yeah.
If he's good, fucking take him. I would.
True.
Yeah.
Who gives a shit? I don't give a.
Polynesians
Yeah.
are overrepresented or something in football. There's a lot of Polynesians.
Are overrepresented.
Yeah.
Oh, Samoans.
Yeah. Like Tongans, Samoans, Hawaiians.
Yeah.
A lot of like small population, but a lot of them become football athletes.
Right.
I think that's true. Like
They're good.
Hey,
Right.
if a lot of Asians are mathletes, because math is athleticism too.
Yeah.
Why can't
brains.
we just make the mathlete team Chinese?
Well, what if like let's say you have a college like a hypothesis if like Harvard, for instance, wanted to promote diversity, don't they have to have a little less Asians to do that?
I mean, what?
So they have to kind of, in a way, discriminate to a degree to even fluctuate.
Well, they still need people to fucking row their crew boats. Just put all the white people on the crew boat teams.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
That's
Like,
what they're really
they all
good at.
still need to do their shit.
Imagine.
You get the one person that says row.
Yeah, you still need those guys.
Who's playing lacrosse?
Can you imagine that?
All the white guys play lacrosse.
Yep.
All the Indian dudes do spelling bee.
Yeah, you got all the black dudes play football.
Be over and over.
Chinese, Asians fucking do math and shit.
Yep.
It's simple.
Simple.
How are these guys getting this wrong?
That way you can still look diverse because you still gotta shuffle the cards in the middle of the school.
Yeah.
But then when you go to departments, you separate them all.
I never knew there was a thin line between
fucking
diversity and
good.
Right,
segregation.
right.
No, you just use everyone's strengths for what they're good at.
But what if you can't? What if you have a limited number of people you can take?
Then they better have real diversity. They better have like a dumbass
Well-
in Harvard. They better have like
Dumbass.
How many more
They take one
4.6
dumbass a year.
candidates were there, for him
Yeah.
to...
Yeah.
they need a 1.0 dude. You know what I mean? They need some like
Maybe the way I'm just thinking, possibly, maybe the way they look at it is past 4.0, you're already pretty freaking smart and you're good. Maybe like they want to see something more
Oh, I
in a
see.
different direction and not just
that's the average.
what on top of the 4 can you get? Like how high of a 4.0?
But I thought those schools were all about like old money just being like making friends. Like I didn't know it was because it's
Political.
Another reason why this
have
kid
no
might not
connections.
be connected well enough for him to seem like an attractive.
yeah, it's like old money legacy schools, right? So like all these because I heard that if your grandparents went and then your dad went and then like it's like the alumni system.
We all
and
learned
then-
that from Fresh Prince.
and then your family donated a fuck ton like every year, then it's like it's just almost like you got that club.
Yeah.
The bride.
Or you could just fake like you were a rower, like they did for what's that girl's name?
Oh yeah, like they
But Kalyne's right. Like, how many of those are out there like this? This is like an anomaly. I would take him. I'd be like, yeah, this kid is a genius.
Yeah, he's obviously a genius. In some
One
way,
year
right?
he was just competing with, another 34.6 GPAs, which is just, I mean.
They couldn't just put him on the waiting list.
No money.
That's what the waiting list.
Wait list, perfect SAT score.
Yeah. So look, if you're on the fence, if you want to take this kid in, you say, all right, let's just put him on the wait list, and then we'll figure the rest.
Bring John Wang in here. Let him talk.
Yeah.
We should.
Speak for himself.
Either way, Georgia Tech is lucky to have this kid.
Oh, absolutely, man.
Heck yeah.
What a
Win for
W.
them. Yeah.
Is that the Bulldog?
That's Georgetown Hoyas. I don't think he wants to go there.